Hi, everybody. This is SAAD. I'm back from the Association for Psychological Science conference in San Francisco, where I had a very nice time, met some good people, gave a talk as part of a symposium on evolutionary perspectives in consumer decision making. So, all that is great. And when I was away in San Francisco, I followed the arrest of Tommy Robinson. Now, many of you know that Tommy and I have chatted on this show, and innumerable people have written to me subsequent to seeing our chat of a few years ago, saying thank you for having changed my mind regarding Tommy. I had bought hook, line, and sinker the story that he's a Nazi and a right wing bigot and this and that. And then when I saw him on your show, Dr. Sad, he was a very reasonable guy. So this, my first point is to speak to the idea that, many intellectuals or public figures, not only do they not touch Tommy with a 10-foot pole because they might somehow pollute their brand, their careers might suffer, their friends in the latte clubs might be upset, but also they are not commenting about his case now because, again, from a careerist perspective, it is not a good move to be seen as though you're supporting Tommy Robinson. Now, many people do not like Tommy's style. Tommy does not speak with an Oxfordian accent. He didn't attend Cambridge and so on. And so therefore, he's not part of the ivory tower. It's a very important issue, right? He speaks with I don't know if it's a Cockney accent, but certainly a working man accent. So therefore, he must be a Nazi. And yes, people do use these simplifying heuristics in making a judgment about an individual. The reality, though, is that Tommy Robinson, whether you like him or not, whether you appreciate his style or not, is the type of guy you want. If you remember the movie, I can't remember the name, with Jack Nicholson, where he's saying, you want me to be, defending you. You want guys like me to be defending you. Tommy Robinson is the type of guy that you would want defending your societies. It's not going to be the people who are afraid that he has broken the law and we are a society of laws. So the exact same people who were not very concerned about the law when thousands upon thousands on an industrial scale level of children were being raped by a particular group. Shh, don't say who it is. They're just men from Rotherham and from different cities. They're just Englishmen. When no one would listen to the pleas of parents saying our children are being gang raped and groomed because the police was too concerned about political correctness, those same people are now very indignant that Tommy Robinson has, broken the peace and has risked that this might be a mistrial. But when a society has gotten to that point, then maybe there's something wrong with the society. When a guy can get off because he tells the judge, what, judge? I didn't know that this society condemns the raping of children. And the judge goes, you didn't know? Ah, no problem then. Don't worry. You're free. You could look up that case. I don't remember the particular individual. So Tommy Robinson reporting on that stuff is a problem. But a guy who rapes children and then says, hey, I didn't know any better. In my culture, this is okay. Then he can get away. So I don't need to be lectured about the presumption of innocence. I am capable of complex thought. So the people who are sending me these types of patronizing, condescending tweets, save your breath. I get it. I get that our societies are based on foundations of laws and that you don't just go around doing whatever you want. But I'm commenting on the general zeitgeist. I'm commenting on the fact that the exact same people who are now so concerned about being a law-abiding society really did not bother to be as indignant when thousands of children were being raped. So this is what I'm commenting about. The specificity of the legality of the whether he breached the peace or whatever other term that is used in the English context. I'll leave that for British lawyers to debate. But there are other individuals, by the way, who were barred entry into the Britain because they are potential hate speech promulgators, or because their coming into the country might not be good for the public, or I can't remember the exact term, might not be conducive to the public good. These are things that are mentioned within a legal framework. What does it mean it's not good for the public? In a free society, people say whatever the hell they want, short of direct incitement to violence, all goes. So bottom line, the reason why I'm commenting on the Tommy Robinson case is because it speaks to what is taking place all over the West. The West is now a castrated society that is incapable of defending its most vulnerable citizens, known as children. When a society collectively decides that it is more important to appear as though you are politically correct, that you not be bigoted and racist, rather than the most fundamental protective instinct, which is to protect children, then you've lost the plot. Then maybe your collective moral compass is broken and you need to press the reset button. So again, I'm fully appreciative of the fact that no one is above the law, and we do live in a society that is regulated by laws, but that's not what I'm talking about. And everyone with a shred of human decency and intellectual honesty knows exactly that what is taking place in Britain is a problem. Incidentally, what do you think is likely to happen to Tommy Robinson in prison? Do you think that a lot of his cellmates are Orthodox Jews? Or do you think that maybe sending him to prison now for, I think the sentence is 13 months, he's going to have a good time in there, right? So there you go, people. Think before you send out indignant messages about the fact that Tommy Robinson is the real problem because he breached the peace. He was held, in contempt of court. Nonsense. Have a good week, everybody.